My channel isn't really a channel, it's just me doing the little things that I still can do right now. A little over 13 years ago, I was self-employed, a self-employed knowledge worker. I still am officially self-employed. And I became the target of something known as sadistic stalking. I had absolutely no idea what I was dealing with. I think I know now. Yeah, I became the target of sadistic stalking. I had never heard of it. I thought I was being bothered by one particular person, but it turned out that it was not that particular person, but at least one other person in conjunction with that person. A person who apparently is his brother and who is a hacker and who hacks into everything. What can I say? I can no longer do much because everything, literally everything I do gets messed with. That's just what he does. It's just what he does. I don't hold grudges against these people, although it is not always easy to say that, but I understand that they haven't created themselves. On the other hand, my compassion and understanding is not consenting to endless abuse. I've been asking around for help all over the place. I went to the police many times. That only made things worse. It has something to do with whatever is going on through the minds of whoever is doing this. What can I say? I know as much about this as you do, probably. Actually, that's not true. I have learned a heck of a lot from this. I started reading up on personality disorders, neurodiversity, and so on because I was trying to understand what I was dealing with. Because if you start to understand what you're dealing with, you may be able to find out how to deal with it. The point is, I have a highly capable, highly analytical mind, and I've learned a lot of things that people who are sort of in my position, people who are self-employed, knowledge workers, YouTubers, bloggers, what have you, may be able to use to limit the chance that they too become the target of something like this. Sometimes it's just people who become obsessed with you, sort of similar like a bird that you've rescued and helped for a few days and then decides to fly back into your house every day. With birds, we consider that, or any other animal, we consider that cute. When humans do that, it becomes very impractical. But there are also truly malicious, malignant people out there who aim to destroy you. That seems to be the definition of sadistic stalking. If you want to know more about this, look into the work of forensic psychologist Lorraine Sheridan. She's worked with the police in Britain, but the police in Britain don't seem to have any memory of that. They have, the police that is, done an investigation and had to conclude that they fail all stalking victims by definition. Not as an exception, by definition. I know that stalking and harassment should be dealt with very differently, not by the police, but by a qualified organization, an organization that has qualified professionals, forensic psychologists, forensic psychiatrists, specialized researchers, investigators, and specialized IT experts, because regular police officers don't know shit about any of this. They see stalking as something romantic and flattering, and they just say to you, just block the person on Facebook, which won't work. So I've put together a short course with lots of tips. Basically, it's not a traditional course. It's brimming with tips for people who are in a position that I was in when this shit started happening. Because you will be able to shield yourself a little bit if you know that this sort of shit happens, and happens a lot, and probably happens more frequently because we're now in the internet age and stalking is no longer the traditional thing where somebody stands in front of your home all the time. You don't know when stalking begins because it often begins online. You don't know who is stalking you. Anyone who's bugging you can just quickly make a new account under any name. And if you're in business for yourself, you have to have your contact details online. You have to be approachable. You have to be able to accept files from potential clients and from existing clients, and those emails that you get may have been spoofed, and those files you get may have custom code attached to it that then hacks your systems. Yeah. And if you are able to keep them out, as I was for a little while, constantly reinstalling the entire shit and doing low-level formats of my hard disks, then you discover at some point that, at least in my case, I did, that they were picking the locks to my flat so that they had direct access to all my equipment. Yeah, I'm a lunatic. I've been making all of this up, of course I have. I live in deep poverty by pure choice. I choose to have no electricity. I choose to have no income. I choose to have no food. I choose to go cold, and I choose to have my phones and everything else hacked. This is an ideal life, to be living in deep poverty and have no income whatsoever. Yeah, I have no income left, absolutely nothing, and I'm unemployable because any employer wishing to employ me would first have to relocate me and work with me in order to shield themselves, as well as me, from potential interference. Of course,